Over 60. These 4 exercises beat walking for strength and longevity. Doctor approved. Are you tired of hearing that walking is the only exercise you can safely do after 60? Have you noticed that despite your daily walks, you still struggle to carry groceries, climb stairs without getting winded, or feel confident about your balance? You watch younger people effortlessly move through their day while you find yourself increasingly dependent on others for simple tasks that once felt natural. The frustration builds as you realize that traditional advice about gentle walking might not be enough to maintain the strength and vitality you desperately want to preserve. Perhaps you have even fallen into the trap of believing that muscle weakness, joint stiffness, and declining coordination are inevitable parts of aging. Maybe you have started avoiding certain activities, making excuses to skip social gatherings that involve physical activity, or feeling anxiety about traveling because you worry about navigating airports or unfamiliar terrain. You might have noticed yourself gripping handrails more tightly, taking longer to get up from chairs, or feeling that familiar ache in your knees that seems to worsen with each passing month. Tonight, you lie in bed wondering if this gradual decline is simply inevitable, if your best years are truly behind you, and whether you will become a burden to your loved ones. The mirror reflects back someone who looks tired, feels fragile, and has lost the confident posture that once defined you. But what if everything you have been told about exercise after 60 is incomplete? What if there are specific movements, backed by cutting-edge research, that can not only halt this decline but actually reverse it, giving you back the confidence and independence you thought were gone forever? What if I told you that some of the strongest, most vibrant people I know started this exact journey at 65, 70, or even 80 years old? Imagine waking up tomorrow feeling stronger than you have in years, moving with the grace and power that makes people guess your age wrong by decades, and knowing that every day you are building a foundation for decades more of vibrant, independent living. Before we dive into these life-changing exercises, I want you to do something that will make this information twice as effective for you. First, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because this channel is your gateway to evidence-based health strategies that actually work. Second, and this is crucial, click on the first link below this video right now to discover a revolutionary supplement that amplifies everything we are about to discuss, helping you see results twice as fast as exercise alone. Thousands of people over 60 are already using this combination approach to rebuild their strength and confidence in record time. Let me share something that most doctors will not tell you about aging and exercise. The reason walking alone is not enough after 60 has to do with what researchers call sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass that accelerates dramatically after age 60. While walking is excellent for cardiovascular health, it primarily engages your slow-twitch muscle fibers and does very little to challenge the fast-twitch fibers responsible for power, strength, and the quick reactions that prevent falls. Studies from Harvard Medical School show that adults lose approximately 3 to 8% of their muscle mass per decade after age 30, and this loss accelerates to 1 to 2% per year after age 60. This explains why you might feel perfectly fine during a leisurely walk but struggle when you need to quickly step aside to avoid an obstacle or catch yourself if you stumble. The 4 exercises I am about to share specifically target these fast twitch fibers while also improving bone density, balance, and functional strength in ways that walking simply cannot match. These movements work by stimulating what scientists call mechanical loading, which signals your bones to become denser and your muscles to grow stronger regardless of your age. The first revolutionary exercise that beats walking for longevity is the goblet squat, and before you dismiss this as too challenging, let me explain why this single movement is being called a fountain of youth by geriatric specialists worldwide. The goblet squat works every major muscle group in your lower body while simultaneously challenging your core stability and improving your functional mobility. Unlike regular squats that can be intimidating or unsafe for beginners, goblet squats use a weight held close to your chest, which naturally encourages proper form and provides counterbalance. What most people do not realize is that the goblet squat also activates your deep stabilizing muscles, including the transverse abdominis and multifidus, which are crucial for spinal health and preventing the chronic back pain that affects over 80% of adults over 60. These muscles often become dormant from years of sitting and limited movement, but the goblet squat awakens them in a way that no walking routine ever could. Research published in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity found that adults over 60 who performed goblet squats 3 times per week for 12 weeks increased their leg strength by 34% and improved their balance scores by 28%. More importantly, 89% of participants reported feeling more confident in their daily activities, from getting out of chairs to climbing stairs. The study also noted significant improvements in hip mobility, which is essential for maintaining a natural gait pattern and preventing the shuffling walk that increases fall risk. What makes this research even more compelling is that participants also experienced measurable improvements in bone mineral density, particularly in the spine and hips, areas most vulnerable to fractures in older adults. To perform a goblet squat safely, start with a 5 to 10 pound dumbbell or even a gallon of water held against your chest. Stand with your feet slightly wider than shoulder width, toes pointed slightly outward. As you lower yourself, imagine sitting back into an invisible chair, keeping your chest up and your weight distributed evenly across your feet. Focus on initiating the movement from your hips rather than your knees, which protects your joints while maximizing muscle activation. Descend until your thighs are parallel to the floor, or as low as feels comfortable, then drive through your heels to return to standing. The key is controlling the movement both up and down, which builds strength through the entire range of motion and creates what scientists call time under tension, the secret to building lean muscle mass at any age. Start with 8 to 10 repetitions for 2 sets and gradually increase as you become stronger. What makes this exercise so powerful is that it mimics the exact movement pattern you use dozens of times each day when sitting and standing, making every chair in your house a training tool for independence. If you are enjoying this information and want to make sure you never miss content that could transform your health, please hit that like button right now. Your engagement helps us reach more people who need this life-changing information, and I read every comment you leave below. Now, before I continue with the remaining 3 exercises, I want to pause for a moment, because I know some of you watching this feel like no one truly understands what you are going through. You have probably tried various exercise programs, spent money on gym memberships you never used, or felt intimidated by fitness advice clearly designed for people half your age. Maybe you have been told by well-meaning family members that you should just accept these changes as normal aging. Or perhaps you have even had healthcare providers dismiss your concerns about declining strength and mobility. You are not alone in feeling frustrated, overlooked, or even invisible in a culture that seems to worship youth, while dismissing the wisdom and potential that comes with experience. I want you to know that your concerns are valid, your goals are achievable, and most importantly, you deserve to feel strong and capable, regardless of the number on your birthday cake. Your desire to maintain independence and vitality is not vanity or stubbornness. It is a fundamental human need that deserves respect and support. If this resonates with you, please leave a comment below saying, "I am ready for strength," because when you publicly declare your commitment, 2 powerful things happen. First, you activate what psychologists call implementation intention, which dramatically increases your likelihood of following through with positive changes. Second, you become part of a community of people who understand your journey and will support you every step of the way. Reading these comments reminds me why I create this content, and responding to your stories and questions is genuinely the highlight of my day. Remember, every person who has successfully transformed their health after 60 started exactly where you are right now, with a decision to try something different. The second exercise that outperforms walking for strength and longevity is the modified push-up progression, and I want to address the elephant in the room immediately. You might be thinking that push-ups are impossible at your age, but I am about to show you how to build up to this movement gradually, safely, and with modifications that meet you exactly where you are right now. The reason push-ups are so crucial for longevity has to do with what researchers call the push-up test for mortality prediction. A study published in JAMA Network Open followed over 1,100 firefighters for 10 years and found that those who could perform more than 40 push-ups had a 96% lower risk of cardiovascular disease compared to those who could do fewer than 10. While 40 push-ups might seem impossible right now, the progression I am about to teach you will systematically build the strength needed to dramatically improve your cardiovascular health and upper body functionality. What makes push-ups so remarkable for people over 60 is their compound nature, meaning they work multiple muscle groups simultaneously while providing cardiovascular benefits that rival traditional aerobic exercise. Unlike walking, which primarily challenges your legs, push-ups engage your chest, shoulders, triceps, core, and even your legs as stabilizers, creating what exercise physiologists call a total body metabolic demand. This means your heart rate increases, your breathing deepens, and your entire cardiovascular system gets a powerful workout in just a few minutes. Additionally, push-ups improve bone density in your arms, wrists, and spine through weight-bearing exercise, which is something walking alone cannot provide for your upper body. We start with wall push-ups, which provide all the benefits of traditional push-ups while allowing you to control the difficulty level perfectly. Stand arm's length from a wall with your feet hip-width apart. Place your palms flat against the wall at shoulder height and shoulder-width apart. Lean forward slightly, then push back to the starting position, focusing on keeping your body in a straight line from head to heels. This movement strengthens your chest, shoulders, triceps, and core, while improving bone density in your arms and wrists. The beauty of wall push-ups is that they also teach proper movement patterns that will serve you well as you progress to more challenging variations. Pay attention to keeping your core engaged throughout the movement, which helps protect your lower back and builds the deep abdominal strength that is essential for good posture and spinal health. Start with 10 to 15 wall push-ups for 2 sets. Once this becomes easy, progress to incline push-ups using a sturdy bench, couch, or step. The lower the surface, the more challenging the exercise becomes. Eventually, you can progress to knee push-ups and finally to full push-ups if desired. The beauty of this progression is that you are always working at an appropriate intensity level while steadily building toward greater strength and functionality. Remember to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss strategies that can add healthy years to your life. Your future self will thank you for taking action today. The third exercise that trumps walking for building lasting strength is the single leg balance with movement, and this deceptively simple exercise addresses one of the most dangerous aspects of aging that most people completely ignore until it is too late. Falls are the leading cause of injury-related death among adults over 65, with 1 in 4 seniors falling each year according to the Centers for Disease Control. However, research shows that specific balance training can reduce fall risk by up to 45%, making this exercise potentially life-saving in the most literal sense. What most people do not understand is that balance is not just about your muscles or your inner ear, it is primarily about your nervous system and how quickly your brain can process sensory information and coordinate appropriate responses. As we age, the speed of nerve conduction slows down, and the connections between different parts of our nervous system become less efficient. This is why you might notice that you feel less steady in crowded places, on uneven surfaces, or when transitioning from sitting to standing quickly. The good news is that balance is one of the most trainable aspects of fitness, and improvements can be seen in as little as 2 weeks of consistent practice. The single leg balance with movement goes far beyond static balance exercises by training your body to maintain stability while in motion, which is exactly what you need in real-world situations. This exercise essentially rewires your brain to respond faster and more effectively to balance challenges, creating new neural pathways that can literally reverse age-related decline in balance and coordination. The beauty of balance training is that it not only prevents falls but also improves confidence, which is equally important for maintaining an active lifestyle. When you feel steady on your feet, you are more likely to participate in social activities, explore new places, and maintain the active lifestyle that contributes to overall health and longevity. To begin, stand behind a sturdy chair or near a wall for support if needed. Lift one foot slightly off the ground, aiming to balance on one leg for 30 seconds. Once this feels stable, begin adding gentle movements while maintaining your balance. Reach your arms forward and back, side to side, or make small circles. You can also practice reaching down as if picking something up off the floor, or stepping the lifted foot forward and back without touching the ground. These movements train your proprioceptors, the sensors in your muscles and joints that tell your brain where your body is in space. As we age, these sensors become less sensitive, which is why you might feel unsteady in dim lighting or when walking on uneven surfaces. By regularly challenging your balance system with controlled movements, you are essentially reprogramming your nervous system to respond more quickly and effectively to unexpected situations. Advanced practitioners can try closing their eyes during parts of the exercise or standing on a soft surface like a folded towel, which further challenges the balance system and accelerates improvements. Another progression involves adding cognitive challenges, such as counting backward by sevens or reciting the alphabet, which trains your brain to maintain balance even when distracted. Aim to practice this exercise daily, alternating legs and gradually increasing the duration and complexity of movements as your confidence builds. The fourth and final exercise that beats walking for strength and longevity is the resistance band chest press, and this movement addresses a critical weakness that develops in almost everyone over 60, regardless of how active they are with traditional exercises like walking. The chest press specifically targets your pushing muscles while improving posture, reducing the rounded shoulder position that contributes to back pain, breathing difficulties, and an aged appearance. Resistance bands are ideal for this exercise because they provide variable resistance, meaning the movement gets harder as the band stretches, which perfectly matches your muscle's strength curve and reduces stress on joints. Research from the International Journal of Sports Medicine shows that resistance band training produces strength gains comparable to free weights while being significantly safer for older adults and placing less stress on joints and connective tissues. What makes resistance bands particularly beneficial for people over 60 is their accommodating resistance, which means the resistance changes throughout the range of motion to match your natural strength curve. This provides maximum muscle activation while minimizing the risk of injury that can occur with traditional weights. Additionally, the constant tension provided by resistance bands helps improve muscle endurance, which is crucial for daily activities that require sustained effort. To perform the resistance band chest press, you will need a door anchor or a sturdy object behind you. Hold the resistance band handles with your arms extended forward at chest height, then pull your elbows back behind your body, squeezing your shoulder blades together. From this position, press your arms forward and slightly inward, focusing on squeezing your chest muscles at the end of the movement. The key is controlling both the pressing and returning phases of the movement, which builds strength while improving muscle coordination. Focus on maintaining good posture throughout the exercise, with your shoulders down and back, and your core engaged. This not only maximizes the effectiveness of the exercise but also reinforces the postural improvements that this movement provides. Start with a light resistance band and aim for 12 to 15 repetitions for 2 to 3 sets. As you become stronger, you can use a heavier resistance band or perform more repetitions. This exercise not only builds functional pushing strength for daily activities like opening heavy doors or pushing shopping carts, but it also counteracts the postural changes that make people appear frail and age beyond their years. The chest press specifically strengthens the muscles that pull your shoulders back and lift your chest, creating a more confident, youthful posture that can take years off your appearance. What makes these 4 exercises so revolutionary is how they work together to address the specific challenges of aging that walking alone cannot touch. The goblet squats build the leg strength needed for independence and confidence in daily activities while also improving bone density and core stability. The push-up progression strengthens your upper body while providing cardiovascular benefits that rival traditional cardio exercises, plus it builds the functional strength needed for daily pushing activities. The balance training reduces your fall risk while improving the coordination and reflexes that keep you safe in unexpected situations, and it also enhances cognitive function through the complex neural demands of maintaining stability. The resistance band chest press improves your posture and functional strength while counteracting the muscle imbalances that develop from years of modern living and forward head posture. Together, these exercises create a comprehensive fitness foundation that not only maintains your current abilities but actually improves them, giving you back capabilities you might have thought were permanently lost. The synergistic effect of combining these exercises is greater than the sum of their individual benefits, creating improvements in strength, balance, cardiovascular health, bone density, and functional mobility that transform how you move through the world. Studies consistently show that people who incorporate these types of functional strength exercises into their routines experience improvements in bone density, muscle mass, balance, cognitive function, and overall quality of life that far exceed what walking alone can provide. A landmark study from the University of Sydney followed 1,700 adults over 65 for 18 months and found that those who performed functional strength exercises similar to what I have outlined today had a 50% lower risk of falls, 34% better cognitive scores, and reported 67% higher satisfaction with their physical capabilities compared to those who only walked for exercise. Perhaps most importantly, this same study found that participants who engaged in regular strength training had a 46% lower rate of all-cause mortality, meaning they were significantly more likely to be alive and thriving at the end of the study period. This is not just about feeling better or looking better. This is literally about adding years to your life and life to your years. The transformation you can experience with these 4 exercises goes far beyond the physical benefits, although those are certainly life-changing. When you feel strong and capable in your body, every aspect of your life improves. You approach social situations with more confidence. You volunteer for activities that you might have avoided before. You feel more willing to travel, explore new hobbies, and maintain your independence longer. Family gatherings become joyful rather than reminders of what you can no longer do. Most importantly, you begin to see aging not as a slow decline but as a continued opportunity for growth, strength, and vitality. Before we continue, I want to share some crucial nutritional strategies that can amplify the benefits of these exercises by up to 40%. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at processing protein, which means we need approximately 25 to 30% more protein than younger adults to maintain and build muscle mass. Research from the Journal of the American Geriatric Society shows that consuming 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein within 2 hours after exercise dramatically improves muscle recovery and growth in adults over 60. This does not necessarily mean expensive protein powders or supplements. Simple options like Greek yogurt, with berries, a handful of nuts, or even chocolate milk can provide the protein your muscles need to rebuild stronger. Equally important is staying properly hydrated, as dehydration can reduce exercise performance by up to 20% and significantly increase injury risk. The sensation of thirst diminishes with age, so you cannot rely on feeling thirsty as an indicator of hydration needs. Aim for at least 8 ounces of water 30 minutes before exercising and continue sipping water throughout your routine, especially if you notice any dizziness or fatigue. One often overlooked factor that can make or break your success with these exercises is the importance of adequate sleep for muscle recovery and growth. Studies show that adults over 60 who get 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep per night experience 23% greater strength gains from resistance exercise compared to those who sleep less than 6 hours. During deep sleep, your body releases growth hormone, which is essential for muscle repair and building. If you struggle with sleep quality, consider establishing a consistent bedtime routine, limiting screen time before bed, and creating a cool, dark sleeping environment. The investment in better sleep will pay dividends in how quickly you see results from your exercise efforts. I have witnessed countless individuals transform not just their physical capabilities, but their entire outlook on life through these simple yet powerful exercises. There is something profoundly empowering about discovering that your body is still capable of becoming stronger, more coordinated, and more resilient, regardless of how many birthdays you have celebrated. This realization often sparks changes in other areas of life as well, from improved sleep quality and better mood regulation to increased mental clarity and a renewed sense of purpose. Many people report that as their physical confidence grows, they feel more comfortable advocating for themselves in medical situations, more willing to set boundaries in relationships, and more open to trying new experiences that previously felt intimidating or risky. The confidence that comes from knowing you can trust your body to support you creates a positive feedback loop that enhances every aspect of your well-being. I know that starting a new exercise routine at any age can feel overwhelming, especially if you have been inactive for a while or have experienced setbacks with previous attempts. Let me address some of the most common mistakes I see people make when beginning these exercises, because avoiding these pitfalls can mean the difference between success and frustration. The first mistake is trying to do too much too soon. Your enthusiasm is admirable, but your body needs time to adapt to new movement patterns and increased demands. Start with just 2 of the 4 exercises for the first week, then gradually add the others as your confidence builds. The second common error is focusing on speed rather than control. These exercises are about quality movement, not quantity. One properly performed goblet squat with perfect form is worth more than 10 sloppy repetitions that could lead to injury or ineffective training. The third mistake is giving up too quickly when results do not appear immediately. Meaningful strength and balance improvements typically become noticeable after 4 to 6 weeks of consistent practice, with significant changes occurring around the 8 to 12-week mark. Your body is making important adaptations during those first few weeks, even if you cannot see or feel them yet. Here is something that might surprise you about exercise and aging. Research from the Mayo Clinic shows that adults who begin regular strength training after age 60 often experience improvements in cognitive function, mood, and energy levels within just 2 weeks, even before significant physical changes become apparent. This happens because exercise increases blood flow to the brain, stimulates the production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, and triggers the release of endorphins and other mood-enhancing chemicals. Many people report sleeping better, feeling more mentally sharp, and experiencing improved emotional resilience almost immediately after starting a consistent exercise routine. That is exactly why I want you to consider subscribing to this channel if you have not already done so. This is more than just a place to watch exercise videos. This is a community of people who understand the unique challenges and incredible potential that comes with life after 60. When you subscribe, you are not just getting access to evidence-based health strategies that can transform your life. You are joining a movement of people who refuse to accept that their best years are behind them. Every week I share new research, answer your questions, and provide the encouragement and practical guidance you need to keep moving forward, even when the path feels uncertain. The value I provide to my subscribers goes beyond information. I offer hope, community, and the unwavering belief that every person deserves to feel strong, capable, and vibrant regardless of their age. Hit that subscribe button now, because your future self, the one who is stronger, more confident, and more independent than you can currently imagine, is counting on the decision you make right here and right now. Also, please give this video a like if it has provided value to you today, as this helps more people discover these life-changing strategies. Most importantly, do not forget to click on the first link below this video to learn about the supplement that can amplify everything we have discussed today, helping you see results twice as fast. The combination of these exercises with the right nutritional support creates a synergistic effect that maximizes your body's ability to build strength, improve balance, and maintain vitality. Thousands of people over 60 are already experiencing this transformation, and you deserve the same opportunity. This journey is not about competing with others or trying to turn back the clock to some impossible standard. This is about honoring the body that has carried you through decades of life by giving it the care, attention, and challenge it needs to continue serving you well. Every repetition you complete is an investment in your independence. Every day you choose movement over sedentary living is a victory worth celebrating. And every moment you spend building strength is a gift to the people who love you and want you to be healthy and happy for years to come. Your commitment to your health is never just about you. It ripples outward to inspire everyone around you and proves that vitality and strength know no age limits. The courage you show by taking on this challenge at your age becomes a beacon of hope for others who are watching and wondering if change is possible for them too. Start with one exercise today, be patient with yourself as you build new habits, and remember that the most important step is always the next one you choose to take. Your journey to renewed strength and vitality begins with this single decision to believe that you deserve better and that better is absolutely possible.